Meet student A. They study for barely an hour a day, yet they're consistently at the top 5% of their class. They sleep 8 hours, they hang out with friends, and they never seem stressed. Now, meet student B. This student is a hustler. They study for 5 hours every night, sacrifice sleep, skip social events, and yet they're barely scraping by with a B average. What's the gap? It isn't IQ, it isn't grind or dedication. It's the difference between performing studying and actually learning. Before we go any further, I want you to do something. Rate your current study method on a scale of 1 to 10. Got your number? Hold on to it. By the end of this video, we're going to see if that score holds up, because I'm about to show you the exact framework that took me from struggling with C's to acing every single exam, by actually studying less. I used to be student B. I remember a night in my junior year. It was 3 a.m., my desk was a graveyard of empty coffee cups, and my textbooks were drenched in neon highlighter ink. I felt productive because I was exhausted. I thought that because my eyes were moving over the words, the information was entering my brain. But it wasn't. It was like trying to catch water with a sieve. I failed that exam miserably. That failure forced me to face a brutal truth. I didn't have a memory problem. I had a strategy problem. Most of us fall into the productivity illusion. We confuse busyness with progress. We spend hours curating the perfect lo-fi playlist or color-coding notes that we'll never look at again. We treat our brains like sponges, hoping they'll just absorb the info. But your brain isn't a sponge. It's a muscle. And muscles don't grow by just looking at weights. They grow through resistance. Here is the formula that changed my life. Real learning equals information times retention. If you study for 5 hours but your retention is only 10%, you've effectively wasted 4.5 hours of your life. But if you study for 1 hour with a 70% retention rate, you've won. You've unlocked more knowledge in the fraction of the time. The secret weapon is active learning. Passive studying is like watching a video of someone working out and expecting to get six-pack abs. Active learning is the actual workout. It's uncomfortable, it's messy, and it's frustrating. But it works. When I stopped rereading and started testing myself, when I stopped highlighting and started explaining concepts to a wall, my grades didn't just improve, they skyrocketed. If you want to stop wasting your life in the library, here is the blueprint. First, stop the marathons. Study in 45-minute sprints. Your focus is a finite resource. Don't burn it out. Second, test yourself before you feel ready. If you wait until you know the material to take a practice test, you've waited too long. Third, find the friction. Don't study what you already know just to feel good. Attack the parts that make your brain hurt. Fourth, prioritize output over input. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it. Fifth, connect the dots. Information is useless in isolation. Anchor new ideas to things you already understand. And finally, protect your sleep. Sleep isn't a reward for finishing your work. It's the factory where your brain actually saves the files you studied. Now, look at that number you gave yourself at the beginning. Do you still think your study habit is an 8 or is it a 3? If that number just dropped, don't be discouraged. That's the first sign that you're finally ready to stop performing and start winning.